I'm Rukosa, the Boob Boss, and today we're going to be talking about colostrum collection or colostrum harvesting. I want you to stay tuned to find out why I don't routinely recommend colostrum harvesting in the prenatal period, even though it is all the hype right now. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit the alert button so you know when we've got new videos, and I'll be right back. Okay, so let's get started. Firstly, what is colostrum? I'm sure you guys have heard the term liquid gold. So colostrum is the very first substance that our boobs, or the first milk, that our boobs start producing around 16 to 17 weeks of pregnancy. And then around 27 to 28 weeks, some women even start leaking. Okay, so when your baby is born, this colostrum is extremely calorie dense, and it is full of all the antibodies and good stuff, and it's got digestive properties that help your baby's tummy to start moving and expel the colostrum. Whoops, I misspoke. I meant to say help babies expel meconium. Now, meconium is that thick, tarish, black-green stool that baby passes from birth up until like day 3, day 4, once they're getting a lot more milk. Now, it is bilirubin in it, and if there's delayed meconium expulsion, then baby's jaundice levels go up. Colostrum has a laxative property to it that gets the baby's gut going, gets the digestive system going, and helps baby start pushing out that meconium. That is why it's so important to make sure that our babies do get colostrum in the early days. All right, now back to what I was saying. Because it is so dense and so calorically dense, baby doesn't need to have a large volume of it. So when you hear people say, you know what, the first day of life, your baby needs about a teaspoon or two, somewhere between 5 and 15 millimeters every feeding, that's the reason why. Because what they're getting is that first milk, that colostrum, very calorie dense, very calorie rich, full of all the good stuff and all the goodness that your baby needs. It is essentially your baby's very first immunization. It gives baby that boost and really starts working on building baby's immune system. All right, so why would I not routinely recommend colostrum harvesting, or what is colostrum harvesting? There's this big push encouraging pregnant women around 37 or 38 weeks to start harvesting or collecting colostrum. Haka, this is Haka's kit, which I love. This is a great colostrum collection kit from Haka. So women have been ordering these in droves to collect colostrum. And I'm like, why? Why are we doing this? So true story, I literally had my sister call me. She's pregnant right now in June, July. And she called me the other day and she says to me, I am tired of squeezing my boobs with nothing coming out. So for me as a practitioner, I constantly get moms calling me panicked, stressed out, complaining of pain, saying, Ru, I just don't get it. Why am I not getting in colostrum? Or why am I not getting a lot of colostrum? So we got a whole bunch of moms stressed out, thinking that they have to do this, thinking that this is a thing that everybody, blanket statement, everybody should be making lots of colostrum and everybody should be collecting colostrum. Now, I don't know about you, but first trimester, y'all couldn't touch my boobs. They were so sensitive. That's why I wore the silver cups. And then same thing towards the end. If you follow me on Instagram, I posted about this. My nipples were so sensitive. There was no way I was going in there and trying to collect colostrum. So that's my number one reason why I don't routinely recommend colostrum collection. It is uncomfortable. Number 2, not every woman leaks colostrum. And just because you're not leaking colostrum doesn't mean, or it isn't, it's a false equivalency to say because you didn't have colostrum, you're not going to have milk. And that's what ends up happening, or that's what a lot of women end up thinking, which is why little sis called me in a panic and she's like, what's wrong with me? Why am I not leaking colostrum? All right, take it from me. Not only did I not want to collect colostrum because my breast was so sensitive, but even when I tried to express something out of my breast, nothing ever came out. And I have oversupply. So doesn't go to say just because you don't have colostrum or you can't express colostrum, it's there, you just can't express it. Doesn't mean that once your baby comes out, you're not going to be able to produce milk for your baby, or you're not going to be able to produce colostrum for your baby. Because we need that event to happen. That's what your body is waiting for, right? As that progesterone drops after you deliver and that placenta is delivered, that prolactin rises in your body and your boobs are like, yes, showtime. Let's go ahead and feed this baby. So we need those events to happen in order for you to leak colostrum. Now, are there some women that are leaking copious amounts of colostrum in the prenatal period? Yes. And can those women collect colostrum? By all means, yes, go for it. So if you're the mom who's leaking colostrum anyway, get your kit, collect your colostrum, good for you. But I just don't want it to be one of those things that every woman out there feels or thinks that they must be collecting colostrum, or if they're not, or if they can't, that they're doing something wrong or they're failing. Not true. That's not how it's going to work. Okay, what's another reason that I don't recommend colostrum collection? So when your baby comes out, the goal is for you to put baby onto the breast, right? After the golden hour, once baby's ready and showing signs of hunger and showing signs of interest in feeding, we want to put baby on the breast. Now, if we have gone ahead and given your baby colostrum, even if it's yours and you've collected it, what's that baby not going to be very interested in doing? Eating. Baby's going to be full. Or even if baby does suck, they're not going to really do it with that efficiency and effectiveness that a hungry baby would do or would use, right? So it's super important to make sure that we allow baby to stimulate your breast after baby is born, so that A, we can get your milk in, B, they can practice breastfeeding, which is really, really important, right? Stimulation, move the milk out. They get to practice breastfeeding. Why? Because that's how we know we can get your milk supply to come in. For you as a mom, every time you practice latching your baby, every time you give baby just unlimited, unfettered access to your breast, the better. You get to practice latching. It's awkward. I'm not going to lie to you. Holding that baby for the very first time is like, okay, am I doing this right? Like, what's going on? It takes a while for you to just get used to this really new, fresh, fragile baby, and for you to feel comfortable enough with like holding your breast and putting everything in place and practicing the hamburger latch. So the more practice you can get, the better. So we want baby to feed off you as much as possible and not to get an external source of food unless it is medically necessary. So if you collect this colostrum, if we want baby to feed off your colostrum, what are we going to do with it? So when are the instances that I'm like, okay, yeah, let's go ahead and collect colostrum? All right, so my diabetic mamas, yep, if you're a diabetic mama at about 37, 38 weeks, I will have you talk to your obstetrician or your midwife and have them give you the okay to collect colostrum if you have some. So if you're not leaking, if your breasts are too sensitive, if you can't tolerate it, we're not going to do it. If you're a high risk for preterm labor, we're not going to do it either, because we know nipple stimulation can bring on labor. So we're not going to mess with that either, right? So why is it important for diabetic mamas? My sugar babies, so babies delivered by diabetic moms, tend to come out needing a little bit more of a sugar boost than what some moms are able to produce, especially within those first 24, 48 hours. So having a little extra colostrum on the side saves us having to give baby either donor milk, formula, or sugar water. So I'm definitely a big fan of collecting colostrum anytime we've got a medically complicated pregnancy. So either mom is a diabetic, mom has any known medical conditions that might be of concern, preeclampsia, elevated blood pressure. I've had moms who've got cancer, who've collected colostrum ahead of time, mom who may need surgery right after baby's born, any sort of medically complex surgery, and a mom who does have colostrum and it's easy to collect, it's not causing mom any undue distress or stress, we're going to collect the colostrum. Same thing applies for baby. Any medically high risk or fragile babies, we want to collect colostrum for. So if we've got a baby who we know has got a congenital anomaly, a baby with a cleft lip, cleft palate, baby with any heart issues, anytime we anticipate that mom and baby may need to be separated, we're going to go ahead and we're going to try and collect colostrum. Now, again, it's only if mom can tolerate it. Then by all means, let's go ahead and get it done. I always recommend a prenatal consult. It's a great time. It's around 24 to about 28 weeks is a great time for you to get your prenatal consult. And whoever's doing it for you, IBCLC, should be able to identify any issues or situations that may arise or that may warrant early colostrum collection or prenatal colostrum collection. So, moral of the story, get your prenatal consult. Sit down with somebody, get your prenatal consult, see if you're one of those people who should seriously consider colostrum collection. And again, if you're just the mom who's sitting there and you're like, Rue, all day long, I am changing pads, I am just oozing, the boobs are just doing their thing already, then yes, go and collect colostrum. I strongly and highly recommend Harker's Colostrum Collection Kit. So here it is, right? I've got 6 tubes in here. I just love, so everything from Haka is made out of medical grade silicone. So I just really love how squishy it is. Reminds me of an eyedropper. All right. And so all you're going to do, here is my boob, right? Here's Cheapo, my boob. She's got a name, y'all. Okay. So what you're going to be doing is working around the areola, right? Softening out that areola and trying to collect the colostrum. Right, so we're going to open this up first, right? And then you're just going to work your way, right? And get that drop of colostrum. Squeeze, suck it in. Squeeze it, suck it in. You will notice I'm not squeezing the nipple. I'm squeezing right around the areola and around the breast. You want to make sure you use some massage. You can use some warm compresses before you do this. Heat expansion causes everything to just want to move. So that can help you express colostrum a little easier. And you just want to gently squeeze down. And then as soon as you see the drop, squeeze, right, your colostrum collector, right? That will create a suction effect. And then point it to the drop, suck it in. And so you're going to do this. If you're collecting colostrum, you want to start slow. Go slow and steady. You'll probably work up to about 3 times a day, no more than 10 to 15 minutes trying to collect this colostrum. If you start noticing any cramping or any abdominal pain, stop, unless you're trying to go into labor with your OB provider's permission, obviously. But other than that, you just want to take it easy and kind of ramp up the further you get into your pregnancy, and it'll become easier the more you do it. Okay, so that is my whole thing on colostrum collection. Yes, it is a thing. Do I routinely recommend it? No. And that is why it is a booby trap. Because right now I feel like so many of us are falling for this booby trap and feeling inadequate or feeling this unnecessary pressure to want to collect colostrum when essentially you may or may not need it. If you do need it, really just get a prenatal consult and we will see if you're one of those people who early enough we can identify that this might be something that could come in handy. But labor and delivery is so unpredictable. So we may never know. You may be somebody who ends up having to be separated from your baby for several different reasons, just depending on how the delivery goes, right? And if you haven't collected colostrum ahead of time, it truly isn't the end of the world. The important thing is once your baby gets here, that we start stimulating your breasts as soon as possible and continue to do so in an effective and efficient way so that we can get your milk to come out. Right? So we can make sure that we're giving baby your colostrum, your breast milk, and taking away all other supplementation, whether it's donor milk, formula, you name it. We do want your baby to get your milk. So we can always express colostrum, and we're going to have a much better chance of getting a lot more colostrum after the baby has been born. Again, because that progesterone goes down, prolactin goes up, and your body really responds to that and is ready to start producing milk. So don't lose heart. If you're that mom out there who's like, oh my God, Ru, I'm not producing colostrum. If you're that mom who's DM'd me asking about colostrum. If you're that mom who's got sore nipples right now because you are sitting there bruising yourself, trying to get colostrum, and you're like, something's wrong with me, nothing is coming out. Take it from an oversupplier who was never able to get any colostrum out. There's nothing wrong with you, okay? Nothing wrong with you. This should be a happy time, no unnecessary stress. So don't worry about it. Get with a good IBCLC for your prenatal consult. That way you have a good IBCLC to go to once you have your baby, and we can make sure that we set you guys up for success. Period. The end. All right. So that was Booby Trapped today. We talked about colostrum harvesting and why I don't routinely recommend it. Let me know what you guys think in comments. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already, and hit the alert button so that you know when I am putting up my next video. All right, tribe, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.